I thought it would be easier the more I talked about leaving MAGA, being a 3-time Trump voter. But I have to be completely honest with you that it's not getting easier, and it actually feels like it's getting more difficult because I'm gaining more empathy. And I don't think people really realize how counterintuitive the hate that I receive when you can take one look at my page and see that I am doing the work. I read a comment this morning that I'm not stitching.
If they cut our Medicaid, we would lose every hospital in our rural area, and then none of us would have health care. Not just the people on Medicaid, the people who have private insurance and Medicare. I'm a pharmacist. We took an oath to take care of people. We didn't say, no, only the rich ones.
In states that don't have right-to-work laws, the average pay is over $8,000 higher. The main thing that would help coal miners is to pass that PRO Act and repeal a right-to-work to where they could have a union, and that would solve all their problems.
So you were telling me that people are unaware, they're unaware that the whole reason why hospitals are not allowed to turn you away in an emergency situation, regardless of your ability to pay, is because of the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act, which states that hospitals who receive Medicare funding are not allowed to turn you away. And they are proposing to cut back on Medicare and Medicaid. Talk to a caseworker. There are no ineligible people who are receiving it. The only people who are receiving it are eligible because there is a vetting process. All these people that they say are illegally getting it, it's not happening. The point is to start the process to get rid of it entirely. And if we get rid of the only guaranteed payment for medical care in this country, and we leave it all to our pockets with no support, guess what's going to happen to you? You are going to lose out on care because hospitals are going to close who depend on that funding. We don't have enough money to pay the bills that they decided were fair. Which, I'm sorry, I just had a life-saving surgery and I owe $3,000. If I don't pay $55 fucking dollars that I don't have to my primary care physician, they can decide to no longer treat me, and they will. And I've got to start all over again somewhere else. You all think that you're safe because, it's been that way because we fought to get it that way, and they're reversing it. You all have been so fucking pampered that you don't understand what we had to fight for to get you. Oh, but POP, everyone dies. Bitch, apparently not fucking politicians.
You see, this is where I keep asking people something, because make it make sense to me why a lot of people are seniors, people that are supposed to be benefiting from this Medicare are not benefiting. Or talk about Medicaid, there are people are supposed to be benefiting, they're not benefiting because of why? Because of some stupid, big, beautiful bill. This bill is not even beautiful. This bill is ugly, because how can you undermine people's health, your labor, your workforce, whatever you've done to, like you've invested, and this is the only thing you can give back to these people, and this is how you pay them? That is abnormal, that is evil, and it's crazy that Trump supporters are happy and they are complaining and crying and saying that, oh, they are taking away our Medicare, they're taking away our support, they're taking. You guys are crazy. This is what you should get. This is what you've always wanted. This is what you always asked for. But you are angry because it's now you are now being affected by it. That's why you're angry. That's why you're now talking. That's why you're talking. And that's very bad. Because now it's affecting you, you are complaining.
Motherfuckers, you done pushed me too far. So what happens when the federal government steals $1 billion from the exact states that pay its bills? The Trump administration just froze over $1 billion in Medicaid funds for California and Minnesota. They claim it's about stopping fraud. But here's the quiet part they aren't saying out loud. Both Minnesota and California are net donor states. That means that they pay more in federal taxes than they ever get back. They are literally subsidizing the rest of the entire country. Oddly enough, they tend to be blue states, whereas the ones that need the most help are the red states. And now Washington is holding back funds meant for in-home care and disabled seniors. It is literally political extortion. Plain and simple. Using your tax dollars to punish blue states. So here's the real question. If Washington refuses to honor its obligations to donor states, should these donor states then withhold their federal tax dollars until they do? Because I think it might be time to stop funding a government
I think it's the
that
best.
is weaponizing our own money against the most vulnerable people in this country. Stay safe out there, friends.
I have a question for those who are celebrating the potential cuts to Medicaid, claiming that it's only removing people who are abusing this.
It's not just removing people who are abusing, it's removing many people. And the crazy part is that you guys, you people feel like you are exempted. Oh, because you voted for Donald Trump, you are exempted. You are not going to have to suffer whatever is going on, blah, blah, blah. You will be the first person and you will be the one to suffer it. I tell you.
The system, and well, that's not true. Let's assume it is. Why are you okay with people losing their access to health care? I mean, these are people who, clearly don't have a lot of money and otherwise don't have access to medical care. Why is that a cause for celebration? And why aren't we instead using our energy and resources to find a way to make sure that everybody who needs access to medical care gets it? I don't get this.
October 1st is 66 days away, and for refugees and asylees on Medicaid, that's the deadline. Starting October 1st, federal law no longer allows refugees, asylees, humanitarian parolees, and many other lawfully present immigrants to have Medicaid. This isn't a rumor. CMS confirmed this back in April. The Congressional Budget Office estimates that 100,000 people are going to lose Medicaid on October 1st, and 1.4 million lawfully present immigrants lose some form of health coverage in total when you include Medicare and the marketplace cuts. I'm going to look at the list of immigrants who lose it because it's pretty long and I don't want to mess this up. Refugees, people granted asylum, humanitarian parolees, trafficking survivors with visas, special immigrant visa holders, and that includes many Afghan and Iraqi individuals who helped U.S. military operations. And then children and pregnant people are protected differently, so this primarily affects non-pregnant adults. And then January 4th, 2027, there's a second cutoff for Medicare. Some older immigrants lose both programs within 4 months. Now is the time to get things in order. Now is the time to figure out what you're going to do if you are affected by these Medicaid or Medicare cuts. Please don't wait until October. We can help look into options in Illinois, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. The link's in the bio. Please reach out. And if you have any questions, leave us a comment. We're happy to look into it and see what we can do or any guidance that we can give you moving forward.
Leave a comment.
Y'all are seriously falling for this? Like, seriously? You are being manipulated into not caring that people are losing health insurance. MAGA was taking heat for Medicaid cuts. So they quickly pivoted, flipped the script, and said, no, we're not cutting Medicaid. We're just kicking those undeserving and lazy people off of Medicaid. Your lack of understanding about the U.S. immigration system and healthcare system is being exploited. And MAGA is trying to convince you that some people deserve healthcare while others do not. Immigrants without full lawful status are already not eligible for federal Medicaid. And the only reason some states have expanded their state health insurance programs to include these folks is because it's cheaper. It's cheaper to insure people than to not insure them. And these immigrants, regardless of their documentation status, are contributing to our communities. They are building our economy. They are paying taxes. There is no amount of creative math that can be done that only kicks undocumented people off of Medicaid and gets us to $800 billion worth of cuts. It's not possible. On the moral front, everyone deserves health care. On the financial front, bad health care will always be more expensive than good health care. And no one can make an economic argument that kicking people off of health insurance is going to save us money, because it won't. It is going to cost all of us way more money in the long run.
Now they're already on the defensive and they cannot take this blow on Medicaid. And so Trump has been making calls to Republicans in the House saying, we don't know if we can cut Medicaid. And that creates a big problem for them because they have no way of paying for these tax cuts for Elon and all of their donor class without touching Medicaid. They don't know how to do it. They can't figure it out. And so Trump and the White House are starting to crack on this. And that is why I am telling you this. I am not here to give you any BS. When I tell you to make a call, I don't tell you this in circumstances when I don't think it's going to make any difference. This will make a difference. And so we need to be ahead of the ball. This is an opportunity. And this is an opportunity where we can start to mobilize in the next 72-ish hours that can change an outcome.
So this is what I keep saying many times, that you feel like there is a fraud in the system, and because of the fraud in the system, it's better to cut Medicaid because a lot of people are benefiting that are not supposed to be benefiting. There are people that are using it. Listen, all this process are done to make sure that there is no fraud. All these processes are done to make sure that the people that are eligible are the people that are benefiting from it. There was never a time that ineligible people benefit from Medicaid. There was never a time where ineligible people benefit from Medicare. There was never a time that kind of thing happened. Now, coming up with an excuse that there's a lot of fraud going on in the system, that is the reason why people benefit from this thing, is rubbish, and it is wrong, because there is nothing like that. Oh, America are wasting our money. People are wasting money, or the government is wasting money on what does not matter. People should get to work. People should go to work. People should go to work. You are drunk saying that and believing that. You are sick.
What up, Nurse Gang? What up, TikTok? So, Senate just passed a bill that has the biggest Medicaid cuts in history. They said the social safety net that was put in place since 1960 has just been eradicated. By 2034, 12 million Americans will be without health insurance. Is it still Nurses for Trump?
Is it still Nurses for Trump? Yes, ask.
Is it still Nurses for Trump?
Drop your answer in the
I ain't letting
section.
up on that shit, because in 6 months, this man has destroyed the country. Attacked healthcare workers from every turn. It was Nurses for Trump until he started laying nurses off.
Yeah.
All right. Cutting Medicaid, what do you think that means? A lot of these hospitals are going to go under.
Yes.
Especially in impoverished areas. They're going to go under. Yeah. Hospitals are closing left and right. So many that I can't even report it on the news. I get it every day. Oh my God, APR and Beauty, my hospital's closing. My hospital's closing. But y'all was Nurses for Trump, dancing to the YMCA. Yeah, you know, we about to get rich. Oh yeah. You about to be laid off. A lot of y'all live in them red states. I saw some of y'all walking, no shoes on your feet, you know, in them trailer park. What y'all think? Yeah, y'all gonna be without jobs. And it was Nurses for Trump. Biden and Kamala said we were entering an oligarchy where billionaires are gonna be running this country and looking out for themselves. We all gotta try to keep our head above water. This is so heartbreaking. All because y'all didn't want to vote for a black woman.
You think you don't have Medicaid, but you have Medicaid. Do you see this comment and this viral video? Do you know most states don't call it Medicaid? MAGA. 20% of the population has Medicaid. 78 million people. In Indiana, it is called Hoosier Healthwise. Hoosier Healthwise. That's what it's called, not Medicaid. And Hoosier Health Care Connect. In Tennessee, Medicaid is called TennCare. In Alaska, it is called Denali Care.
Denali Care, yeah.
Every single state almost has a different name for Medicaid than what it is.
Yeah.
You better pay attention to this comment, and you better pay attention to this post, because 20% of Americans have Medicaid. And if you voted against your own interest and your Medicaid is going to get canceled, you voted for it.
Yeah.
I have done 3 posts naming several states with different names of Medicaid. MAGA, you better pay attention. because it's very likely if you live in a red state and you're insured.
Okay, so I want to just go over what happened with that letter I got yesterday about my Medicaid. I had no idea that my account was being, they called it a review. However, when I logged into my account online last night, it said that I did not need to reapply until February of next year. So when they tell you that these Medicaid cuts are not going to happen until the end of next year, they're full of shit. Just so we're clear, they are reviewing people's accounts and kicking people off Medicaid right now. And I know this because I'm one of those people. So if you are on any of these programs and you have access online, if I were you, my best advice to you would be to always log on and look and see what's going on with your account. I had no idea that a new application had been submitted for me because I did not submit it. I don't need to until February, but they've already kicked me off the program. So, and my son, who was a 19-year-old high school senior, they have put him on his own account as an adult. He is also autistic, and his Medicaid ends October 1st. So there you have it. There you have the big, beautiful pile of shit bill in a nutshell. And this is going to happen to millions of people, and it has already started. Thanks.
My God, today, with the Medicaid cuts, nursing homes are dropping off the elderly and our veterans at homeless shelters. And for all you people saying fake news and prove it, bang, right here it is. A simple Google search will tell you that President Trump's new, sweet, beautiful bill has all these Medicaid cuts, and it's going to be our veterans. It's going to be people living with Alzheimer's. It's going to be people who have worked their whole lives for this country, for this effing country. And now this is how we're going to repay them when their bodies are broke down and they are literally unable to take care of themselves. Wow. When I thought this country could not sink any lower, hey, MAGA, is this what you voted for? Oh my God. Does this make you happy, MAGA? I mean, are you celebrating now, MAGA? I haven't seen any of your videos lately, MAGA. You MAGA mother trick and trackers make me so fucking sick. I literally am disgusted by every single one of you. I hope that you guys have the day and the week and the month and the year you deserve.
You come and you say things that makes no sense. You believe that because you voted Trump and things will go well, now you are getting the hits. Now you are taking the hits. Now you are complaining. You are complaining. You are complaining and saying all manner of things. All manner of things, because now you guys are the ones suffering from these things. You guys are the one who voted Trump in. You guys are the one who voted Trump in. Now they are cutting down on your ability to have good health care. And you think you are saving money for the country. You are not saving money for the country, because when there is bad health care, obviously we lose money. We have to make sure our health care is working so that we can have money. But no, because there is bad health care, we lose money. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And to all these MAGAs that believe that you did the right thing, or still believe that you did the right thing, please let me tell you the truth. You did not do any right thing. You are the reason why this country is where it is now. You are the reason why this country is where it is now. You are the reason. You are the reason.